For a long time, I've thought that video intro A/B testing would be one of the most overpowered features that YouTube could release for us as creators. And that makes today our lucky day because that is here. To be completely honest, I don't even know if YouTube knows that this feature's out, which makes it all the more fun for me to talk about with you. So what they did was they released a different feature, when used in a very specific way, allows you to A/B test video intros. And today I'm going to show you exactly how to use it, and it will change the way that you do YouTube forever. Real quick before we dive in, I just have to let you guys know we are working on a ginormous overhaul of our YouTube system, which is our complete strategy for learning how to grow on YouTube and making 10 times the money you could make from just your YouTube ads. We have a community private podcast, we have masterminds, we have accountability groups, we have tons and tons of course material. If you've been looking for a bit of an extra push to get your channel growing on YouTube even faster than it is now, I would highly recommend you check it out. We have helped thousands of people make money from their online businesses, and the reality is you could be next. All right, I'm gonna show you step by step how to use this feature so that you can give every video on your channel 2 chances at a YouTube intro instead of 1. Okay, the strategy from the very beginning is you need to plan out 2 YouTube intros as if you were going to film them both and put them both in your video. Now, once you get to the editing, this part is super important. So you're going to edit your video like you normally would, but you're going to edit in both of the intros that you filmed, one right after another. So intro number 1 is gonna go at the beginning, and then intro number 2 is going to go directly after intro number 1, and then the rest of your video will follow. This is so important that you get this right, otherwise this is not gonna work at all. A small note here is that I would make sure that both of these intro ideas you think are actually both really good. Sometimes we've talked about this with like the thumbnail A/B tester or testing titles. If you have 2 thumbnails that you wanted to test and you only think one of them's really good and you just kind of had a throwaway thumbnail, you're like, I might as well test it. That's gonna hurt your video. And so you wanna make sure, same thing goes for intros, you wanna make sure that both of your intros are as good as they could possibly be. Then you're gonna export it out of your editor exactly like that. Now here's for the technical side of things in the back end of YouTube. You're gonna go to your YouTube channel and you're going to upload your video just like normal, okay? Once you get it uploaded, you're going to upload it as unlisted. So rather than scheduling it out, rather than making it private, you're going to upload as unlisted. Once your video is unlisted, here's the really important part. You're going to go to the content section in the back end of YouTube, and then you're gonna go into the details section, as you can see here on the video that you want to work on. Once you get to details, you're going to click right over here on the editor. Now, once you're in the editor, this is where things can get a little bit hairy. So you want to be very careful. So what you're going to do is you're going to leave in intro 1 inside your video, okay? But what you're going to do is you're going to use the trim and cut feature here in YouTube, and you're going to trim and cut intro number 2 out of your video. So what you're doing essentially is you've uploaded 2 intros and 1 video. At this point, you're cutting out one of the intros. I would highly recommend that you leave in the intro that you have the hunch is going to do the best, and then cut out the second one. Once you've cut out the second one, you're going to save it, and it might take a little bit of time for the video to save in its new form, but once it's saved in its new form, after cutting out the second intro, your video is ready to go live. So whenever you want to publish the video publicly, you can go and do that. So essentially what people are going to see now that you've trimmed out intro 2 is they're just going to see intro 1 and then your main video like there was no second intro. So now here's where things get kind of cool. So after a couple hours of running intro 1, you can go back into the back end of YouTube and you can reinstate intro number 2, and then you can clip out intro number 1. So that leaves you with intro number 2 and your main content, and now you've clipped out intro number 1. So people are just going to now see intro number 2 and your main content. So now for the next few hours, you can test intro number 2 and your main content. So you're gonna start to see how things are working. You're gonna start to see your analytics. How are things doing? Are they doing better with intro A? Are they doing better with intro B? This is where the fun testing begins. Now, you do have to realize that, especially in the first day or so of your upload, you can't see full analytics. So this is gonna be a true test without seeing all of the results up front. So that's why you want to choose 2 intros that you think are really good, because if you just are running 2 intros and one is terrible, but one is way better, then you're not gonna really know for about a day or so. Now, after those analytics do show up after a day or so, you can pick the one that's best, but you just don't want one to be terrible and be running for a couple hours in the first day of your video. If you're a little bit bit nervous about this and you don't want to run it on your first day on the video, then you could always let your video run for 2 or 3 days and then implement this, you know, kind of cutting out that second intro, reinstating the first one. However you want to do it, I would recommend doing that if you're just nervous about running it on your first day. You can still do the exact same thing. Upload 2 intros, clip the second one out, and just run it as your regular video would run. And then when you're ready or comfortable to run the second intro, you can do that. So that's the whole strategy. That is YouTube's A/B intro tester. This is something that is a little bit funny. It's a little bit niche. Not everyone has to do it, but honestly, those of you who are data nerds out there like us, you are going to probably want to try this because there's not going to be much harm that comes to your video from it. I would love to hear those of you who are testing it. We are testing this right now, and we plan to do more content about it so that we can share with you guys exactly what's working, so that we can share that with you so that you can do it on your channels too. Like I said, there's not many people talking about this right now. If this is something you've already heard about, you've already been doing it, again, let me know in the comments. I think that it's super cool and would love to hear that. I also have to say, if you're new here, welcome. I'm Nathan. This is Channel Makers. I'm one of the hosts here on the channel. And please stick around. Please subscribe if you found this useful. We do news videos. We do help videos for growing your YouTube channel, strategizing to help you become the best creator you can be. Yes, we like to have fun around here. Thanks, Channel Makers, for watching. We'll see ya.